record on this computer. Okay, all right, so we're recording. Hi, everybody. It's July, so it's time for a new mini monthly mail. And actually, this is going to kind of be a twofer. July and August. July is holidays in July. So like Christmas in July, Kwanzaa, solstice, whatever you choose to celebrate. We're all inclusive here at the podcast. But we're having a make-along for anything to do with gifting or decorating or whatever for July. And then in August, it was the Amigurumi August. So today we're actually going to be finding out about a project that would hit both those. And I'm going to tell you about a giveaway that's going to be specially for this particular event at the end. So I want to introduce Karli and Greta. Karli is with the Children's Advocacy Alliance in Conway, Arkansas, which I know a little bit about from the Service Learning Faculty Fellowship. And Greta is a graduate student at UCA, which is the university where I teach. And she is going to tell you about a project that we're going to all get involved with. So Karli, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us a little bit about the Children's Advocacy Alliance?
Yeah, so as you said, my name is Karli. I actually graduated a few years ago from UCA, so I'm so honored to be here with both of you. I'm very excited. So kind of like you mentioned, I work at the Children's Advocacy Alliance. It is an umbrella organization, so there's two smaller agencies under it. So there's the Children's Advocacy Center, which is the branch that I'm under, and then we also have CASA, which are court-appointed special advocates. And so to kind of speak about the Children's Advocacy Center side of things, essentially we work on a multidisciplinary team to provide resources and services to children and families who have open cases of alleged child maltreatment. So when somebody calls the hotline, it gets assigned to an investigator with a local agency or a state agency, and then they contact us for services. So we can offer forensic interviews where we learn about the abuse. We offer advocacy where you are literally the rock for the family and do a lot of resource allocation. We do sexual assault nurse examinations. We always make referrals for mental health therapy. A big one we do is obviously trauma focused. We also do a lot of education and prevention out in the community because obviously we're providing services on the back end once abuse has allegedly occurred, but we want to be on the front end as well. So education and prevention is also a huge piece of what we do. And there's a couple other roles, but that's kind of the overall thing about the CAC. So to talk about CASA a little bit, like I said, they're court-appointed special advocates. So essentially, when a child goes into foster care, a CASA will be assigned to that child. And so their job is to really be there for the child, right? So they're going to attend meetings for the child. They're going to attend court. They can visit them at school. They can, visit them at their foster home. It's really to be somebody there for the child when a lot of times they don't have anybody else. So they're going to be that normal person that they're seeing, and they're going to be advocating for the child. And so we have quite a few positions in that agency as well. So we've got like CASA supervisors who supervise those advocates on the cases. We have a teen specialist who she really focuses kind of on the teen subgroup of foster kiddos. We have a recruiter she's actually known as an advocate engagement specialist, but her job is to recruit. So she's an awesome addition to the team. And again, a couple other positions, but that's kind of the breakdown. So we serve children 2 to 18 on the CAC side, but foster kiddos, they can actually go, they can stay in foster care after the age of 18. So we serve a wide range of children. So we serve let me back up. We serve Faulkner County, Conway County, Perry County, and Van Buren County. And last year, we actually opened up a satellite office in Van Buren County. So we've been able to see kiddos in Clinton and surrounding areas, which has been phenomenal. And so we hope one day that we can open small satellite centers in a couple of our other counties so that we can serve even more children. But we're just so appreciative of Greta and everything she's doing. She had a phenomenal idea, and we can't wait to see it go through. So thank you so much for having me here.
Well, thank you for coming. I remember visiting, have y'all moved facilities recently or within the last little while, or are you trying to move?
Well, so we're definitely trying to move. We're in need of a bigger building, so we're ready to move. We recently had to get kind of an extra building where we can actually place staff, but we're still providing services out of the center that's on Locust Street.
Okay, that's the one I've been to. And I remember, the two things stuck out to me. The first one was the tree in the atrium. As you come in, there was a tree painted, and they said that you guys painted a leaf on there for every child that you guys helped. And it was both comforting in a way and yet very upsetting in a way to see how many leaves were on that tree.
Yeah, everything about the job is kind of conflicting. It's like, I'm happy we're doing this, but I hate that we have to be doing it.
And the other thing was the exam room. There were a lot of Winnie the Pooh dolls. I remember there were a lot of Winnie Pooh bears, and they said that they gave one to the kids for comfort. And that made me feel good, but it was also just devastating to think about the context and I'm very grateful that there is a service like this local to this area, because it's needed. So I'm very grateful. And I actually have a couple of friends that are CASAs. So I've actually done a referral or a reference for one of them. She asked me to write her a reference, and I think she works out of your office maybe, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I love CASA because they're all volunteers. So it's not like they're being paid to do this. They're doing it because they're passionate about it, which I think is phenomenal.
Right. Yeah. She was, I remember I helped her find some art supplies for the one that she was working with. It's been several, 3 or 4 years ago, but yeah. Okay, great. Okay. So Greta, why don't you tell us about your great project idea?
Yeah. So, I'm pretty new to crocheting. I actually started doing yarn art when my little sister, she spent a couple of months in a psychiatric facility, and I know that was really difficult and probably not a very nice experience for her. And I really wanted to make her something comforting for when she got out, and I wanted it to be something that I had made, so I could put my love and care into it and give it to her. And I made her 2 little crochet dolls. I made her a sheep, and then I knitted her a dog, and I gave those to her, and it felt really good. I felt like I had made something that was really comforting to her. And I had worked with the CAA on a couple of service projects, and I'm not really sure what happened within my brain, but I was just like, maybe I could, get a bunch of people together and give comfort objects to people that had experienced traumatic events in other ways. And then I was like, wow, I should probably contact Children's Advocacy Alliance and see if they want me to make toys for them. So I did. I contacted them and had a meeting with them, and they were, super pumped about it, and they wanted us to help. And we figured out that we needed to give a toy to every kid that they serve. We needed to make 500. And then we decided that we wanted to have them made by their Christmas party. So Karli, you can verify this, but I assume that they give out packages of things to kids she's nodding. So yeah. So every kid's going to get a package with a toy in it. So yeah, that's the kind of the overall details. 500 crochet toys by December. And so just the specifications of it, we kind of, if you're going to make toys for us, we kind of want them to be to have acrylic worsted weight yarn, so they can be machine washable. And we want them to be kind of around the same size. You're free to use different patterns, because I know most of you are probably very experienced yarn artists and you've already made toys like this before. Probably between 8 and 10 inches is what we're wanting. And I definitely have some free pattern ideas that I've sent to Dr. Burris that I found on Ravelry. And those are, open to use. There's also this book, the book that I originally started from is called Crochet Cute Critters, 26 Easy Amigurumi Patterns by Sarah Zimmerman. That's a good suggestion, and that one has a lot of really cute patterns in it. That's where I started.
Can
But
you
yeah,
hold it up so we can see it? Hold
oh
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't, yes. Yeah, so
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
we got this one. So I just am appreciative to anybody who's willing to help out and make toys. Yeah, 500 by Christmas, and they need to be around 8 to 10 inches acrylic yarn. And I assume that you guys are just going to send them to Dr. Burris, and then she will transport them to me, and yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah.
Is
Okay.
there
Cool. That
any
sounds like
other pieces of information I need to include?
why don't you tell us a little bit about, I know you're in the graduate program, so why don't you tell us a little bit about that, and does that tie into this project at all, or is this just something you decided to do for your own self?
Well, I'm going into a graduate program in counseling, and I'm not really sure what population I want to work with, but I definitely want to work with populations from low socioeconomic status. I'm thinking I might want to work with populations experiencing substance use disorder or victims of trauma, so that, I mean, that the public service focus and providing that counseling and helping service is definitely something that I'm interested in. So I think it does tie in that way. And also, I'm hopefully going to get the student members of the Arkansas Mental Health Counselors Association involved in helping to either donate materials or money or to make dolls as well. So yeah, it's definitely, I got my undergraduate degree in public administration, and I definitely, like whatever I do, I want to work in a service job. I want to work for the government or work for a nonprofit. So this definitely does tie in with things that I'm passionate about and was already interested in.
Okay, great. Actually, you mentioned Ravelry, so I will just quickly share. If you go to my podcast group on Ravelry, we actually have a bundle that we started when we were making amigurumis before. And a lot of these patterns, it's under creature feature, but I will edit that in title so you can find it more easily. There's a lot of these patterns are free. A lot of them are picked out to be beginner friendly. I think a lot of us came to crochet because we wanted to learn to make dolls and toys. I think that's why I decided I wanted to start crocheting several years ago. So a lot of these have been picked out by Miss Shirley, and she's kind of our toy expert in the group. There's a lot of free ones on here. There are some pay for ones. Amigurumi patterns are easy to find. There's a lot of ones for every skill level. And yes, acrylic yarn is kind of the go-to. My cat on the computer. Go-to yarn because it is washable. If you're going to use eyes, we probably need to use safety eyes on them. Also, if you do the crocheted eyes, since they're sewn on, that's probably okay. But everything you use needs to be washable. All right, because these toys are made to be loved and drug around and lived with. So make sure you make them washable. So you can go to the group, and under bundles, you can find the creature feature bundle. So the way we're going to do this is this will be our mini monthly make along for July and for August. So what I'm going to ask you to do, and actually we're going to run the contest longer than that. So I'm going to put a deadline of sending me the stuff by October 31st. I need them in my hot little hand by October 31st. And every toy you make will be an entry for a prize package. And this is going to be a physical prize package that we're putting together. It's going to have yarn, it's going to have cross stitch stuff, it's going to have all kinds of stuff in it. It'll be a nice one, y'all. It's going to be one prize is it. So if you want to beat Miss Shirley and her 10 magic fingers, because she can crochet faster than anybody I know, every toy is an entry. Okay, every toy is an entry. So the more you send, the more chances you have to win. So we want to make sure we get I don't think we can make 500, but it'd be nice if we could donate, maybe 50 or 60 or maybe 100 if we get really ambitious. So if you want more details, you can contact me on Instagram as Doc Firewoman or on Ravelry as Doc Firewoman, or you can contact me through the comment below and I'll get in touch with you with details. Join my Ravelry group or join my Facebook podcast group. My Facebook group is Diary of a Physicist Farm Gal Podcast. You can go on there and join that group, or you can join the Ravelry group and talk to people about patterns or get advice or just show off what you've been working on. But I need the toys in my possession by October 31st so that I can then take them to Conway to work with me and get them to Greta for the event. So yes. All right. So I appreciate you guys spending some time with me. Is there anything y'all wanted to say to kind of wind up here today? Karli, did you want to go first?
Well, yeah, I just wanted to say how much I appreciate it. I know sometimes it's hard. It's like, hey, will you make, toys for like abused or neglected kids? And it's like, I wish you guys could see the impact it has, right? So these kids where they literally don't have a toothbrush, they don't have a blanket, they have nothing. And then you give them a stuffed animal and say, this is yours. It's really just a beautiful moment. I wish you all could experience it. But I just am just so appreciative. Anytime the community, it takes a community to raise kids and it takes a community to protect kids and help kids. So I'm just so incredibly thankful for you guys.
Yeah, I am too. I think I just kind of had like a little bit of an idea and I was like, okay, how is this going to get done? And it really, like Karli said, only does get done through community effort. A lot of people banding together for a common goal and being like, we're going to do this. So it probably, isn't the biggest impact project that could ever happen, but I'm hoping that it'll be really impactful and that it'll help a lot of kids to feel comforted, feel safe, or feel like they have something that, they can play with. I think that's just nice. And I'm really appreciative of you guys for pitching in and helping.
Never discount the value of a little bit of comfort and joy. So,
oh yeah, for sure.
So what I will do, everybody, is link the CAA's website in the notes to this video, so you can go read more about their mission and what the services that they provide. If you wanted to know more about them, or if you wanted to make a donation in some other way, maybe you don't crochet toys, but you might want to donate to help their efforts. I know they've got a building initiative going on right now. I looked at their website just a little bit before I got on here to make sure it was the place I was thinking of. And so you can, if you want to help out in other ways, maybe you don't want to make toys, but you want to help out. And like I said, don't forget, I know you guys, y'all would make toys even if there wasn't a contest involved, but we might as well make it fun too for us, besides just the joy of making toys. So we appreciate y'all, and we'll see y'all, I guess, in August for Amigurumi August. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording.